we are discussing about quantitative studies. In some of the main steps we are already discussed. So today we are going to discuss about the another next step. This first one will come under the undertaking clinical fieldwork. Here the client's perspectives and the settings in which fieldwork or where we are going to study. That is understanding the clinical fieldwork where we are going to conduct the study or which areas. It may be in clinical or it may be in community or it may be for some specific society or that study is going for about some specific cultural or whatever it is. So where, in which areas, for whom, in where, this all will get the answer to undertaking the clinical fieldwork. Next one, defining the framework and developing the conceptual definition. Here 2 points will come. First one, we need to define the framework. Framework, why we are, why we need to make the framework. So before making any of the home, we'll make one sketch plan of that home, right? So like that, before doing the research, we need to make the framework of research, or it is the blueprint of the research or it is a map of research. So surely this in quantitative studies, this framework will help to in how we need to do the research. So which are the factors will come, in which style, how, or where we need to start the research. This all will get the ideas, this framework. And next one is a conceptual definition. Conceptual definition is nothing but in the main variable, or which are the points we need to explain in this study. Suppose some of the study we won't get ideas. In this study, what it means. It may be independable or dependable variables. We need to explain in each times in this study what it means. Maybe that exact, if you are checking the definition in a dictionary, that meaning may be entirely different which it means in this study. So that we need to explain with the help of the conceptual definition. And next one is the most important things, formulating the hypothesis. We'll see hypothesis very detailedly. Anyway, the hypothesis, mainly two type of hypothesis are. One is the alternative hypothesis and another one is the null hypothesis. Hypothesis is nothing but what we are predicting that we need to prove it. Our prediction about the studies. But one thing is, sir, we need to prove that hypothesis. If null hypothesis, if we are predicting, we need to prove it. Or alternative, we need to prove it. Whatever our prediction, that we need to prove. So this most of the studies, before starting the this pilot study, commonly will do the or will make the hypothesis. In hypothesis, before making the hypothesis, we need to really need to read the more literatures. This will help to form the exact hypothesis. Or some of the research it show that before doing the making the hypothesis, at least one time we need to be visit wherever we are going to conduct the study. We need to collect the secondary data. So it will help to form the exact hypothesis. So we'll discuss this all things later in detail. So hypothesis is nothing but we are prediction about our studies. This study will happen like this. That is our prediction. This study will get this type of result. Maybe if you are taking one agriculture side, that person, that researcher is developing new seeds. So he is predicting because of these seeds, he will get this much this result he will get. Or he make one new method. Because of that method, he will get this result. That is a hypothesis. Next one is the next step. It's coming to the design and planning phase. Sorry, design and planning phase. In that first one is the selecting research designing. The research design is the overall plan for obtaining answer to the question being studied for handling various challenges to the worth of the study. What is a research design? It is an overall plan obtaining answer to the questions. Research design is the obtaining answer to the questions. What are the questions will be formed in the research? That questions answer is the research design. Or it is being studied or handling various challenges to the worth of the study evidence. In study in which all of them challenges will face, that answer is the research design. Which all of the chance of challenges may we will face in this study, or how we can solve these problems. This answer is the research design. Or we can conclude this like this: how we will be designing this study. That is the research design. Whenever you are drawing the diagram, the design how the one of the most important part in the, maybe that person know how to draw, person know that all color, person know that all shade, everything he know. But in his mind, without design, the study won't be complete. So design is here. In which design we are selecting, that basis the study will be going on. So research design have the one important role. Next one, developing protocol for intervention. This is one of the most important. This intervention of protocol for the study would need to be developed specifically exactly what intervention will be entailed, who will be administered, how frequently or how long period the treatment would be, or what is the alternative condition. Here, the what things we are going to be implement in this study. Suppose in medical, if you are taking, we are discover one new medicine. For whom we are going to administer this medicine? What is that protocol? When will be administered? There's a different type of method. It's a factorial design or a replication methods. We'll be frequently replicating studies like a Latin square method or this what factorial designs. This all studies will be repeatedly do the study. So here it is important how we will be administered. Suppose the multiple sample will be collected in the study. Sometimes the different time study will complete in maybe in cross sectional or in longitudinal. This everything will become under this protocol of intervention. Okay. Next one, identifying the population. This is one of the most important things in the study. For whom or which characteristic study participants have, or for whom we are going to conduct the study. That population, that is the important things. For whom, that answer is identifying the population. Next one, designing the sampling plan. It is a subset of population. The sampling plan, the specific advance, how the sample will be selected and how many subjects there will be. So first we are already saw in population we are selected. In that population, which sample we are going to be selected. Maybe in area, or suppose if you are taking one study in our Kerala. In that Kerala, in between age group, we'll take 18 to 22. In 18 to 22, in which district we are going to conduct this study? That is a sampling. The total in Kerala population, total the whole of the how in between 18 to 22 we can tell that is population. In that, in which area we are going to conduct the, or which area or which district we are conducting study, that is a sampling. So particularly for whom we are going to conduct this study is the sample. Next one, the specific method to measure the variable is the self-report and observation. These are some of the methods we are using in the measuring the variables. We'll discuss this all later. Next one, developing the method of safeguard of human and animal rights. This is the ethics. Ethics, what ethics will be followed. This is everything we can see. Then review and finalizing the research plan. After that, what we need to do? In last, we need to review the research. Okay. So which plan we are going to be implement, that we need to be review or finalize. On this basis, study will be go through.